When faith is borrowed, power is taken. Now listen, there is a silence that lives in the hearts of the faithful, not the silence of peace, but the silence of fear. The kind that whispers, don't question. The kind that wants, obey even when it hurts. And somewhere between heaven and earth, between truth and tradition, between God and those who claim to speak for Him, something sacred was taken and something dangerous was planted. They came not always with chains, but with the scripture wrapped in authority, not only with weapon, but with words dressed as divine. Bow your head, don't ask why. Suffering is your portion, and your reward is in the afterlife. And the poor believed, because when life has already broken your hope, any hope feels like oxygen. So they held into promises they could not verify, trusted voices they were never allowed to question, and gave loyalty to system that gave them freedom. Tell me, when did faith become fear? When did prayer become pressure? And when did God say become the end of every conversation? Because I have seen mothers skip meals to give offering to men who never knew hunger. I have even seen fathers work their hands to the bone while being told your poverty is a test or a system. I have seen tears called lack of faith, questions called rebellion, and thinking called sin. But let me ask you, what kind of God is afraid of your questions? What kind of truth cannot survive your doubts? Because if your faith is real, it will not break when you touch it. And if your belief is pure, it will not require your silence to survive. There are those who learned very quickly that control does not always come from force. Sometimes it comes from faith. Because when you convince a man that God Himself has chosen his suffering, he will not fight. He will endure. When you tell a woman her obedience is holiness, even when it destroys her, she will stay. And when you teach generation that questioning is evil, you will never need chains again. They will imprison themselves. This is not about God, no. This is about those who learned how to use His name. Because power sounds different when it speaks as heaven. Control feels righteous when it quotes scriptures, and manipulations become invisible when it wears the mask of salvation. And so the cycle continues. The broken leading the blind, the fearful preaching fear, the wounded calling pain divine purpose. And the people still kneeling, still hoping, still giving everything they have to something that keeps taking. But somewhere deep inside the voice begins to rise. A quiet voice at first, something isn't right. A whisper that refuses to die. Why am I suffering in silence? Why am I afraid to ask? And does this feel like control and not love? And that voice is dangerous, because the moment you begin to question, you begin to wake up. Understand this. Faith was never meant to make you small. It was never meant to change your mind, break your spirit, or silence your truth. Faith was meant to set you free, not from thinking but from understanding, not from questioning but into deeper truth, not into fear but into love. So if your faith demands your silence, check it. If your belief punishes your question, challenge it. If your religion benefits from your suffering, confront it. Because anything that grows stronger when you become weaker is not from God. And to those who have been used, controlled, or made to feel small, this is not your fault. You are searching for light in a world full of darkness. You trusted, you believed, you hoped, and that hope was sacred. But now it's time to reclaim it. Reclaim your mind, reclaim your voice, reclaim your right to seek truth without fear. Because God, if He is truly God, does not need middlemen to control you. He does not fear your questions. He does not demand your suffering. He does not silence your spirit. And maybe, just maybe, the real faith, the pure faith, the one that was never meant to be controlled, is waiting for you on the other side of your courage. So rise, not in rebellion but in awareness, not in anger but in truth, not against God but against anything that tries to replace Him with control. Because the moment you stop fearing questions is the moment your faith becomes your own. And no one, no system, no voice dressed as a divine can ever take that from you again.